Hello everybody and welcome to Heart of Scrolls number 2, our hopefully weekly or bi-weekly podcast that will hopefully be happening a lot more. Today we have a lot of things to talk about, but if you want us to talk about more stuff you can ask or suggest topics yourself, so I'm just going to throw it out before actually introducing anybody. If you have any topics we can talk about and you want us to talk about, you can send them at heartofscrolls@gmail.com or just tweet it at heartofscrolls and we might cover them. And that, if you're watching from VOD, is actually going to apply for next podcasts and so on and so on and so on. I can not guarantee that we will have the same guests, but yeah, topics for the shows are always welcome. And with that, we are able to introduce our my lovely co-host. So, do you want to introduce yourselves, or should I introduce everybody?
Silence.
Silence. That means probably I should introduce myself.
Yeah, you should probably do it.
So we have me, which I'm the guy hosting it. Then we have Critical, who is number 1 on ladder. So that's kind of a relevant guy. He probably knows a bit about the game. Then we have Manchy, who's probably the most popular streamer right now and really cool German guy. And yeah, he's always so happy. That's so good. And then we have Silfurstar, who's a really active community member and currently top donator of Scrolls Invitational number 1, which we will talk about a bit later on. So that's about it for our co-hosts, and let's get straight into our actual topics. So first topic we have for today is the new Scrolls. So let's get over it. Let's jump into it. We have Faith Duty. Does anybody have to say, like, does anyone have something to say about Faith Duty? Like, is it played at all? Did you see it in any game at all?
Faith Duty, I've never seen it played at all. It's like part of the Triforce of shit. Like it just came in and joined the other faith, like
Oh my god.
trash. So it's like a Triforce of shit right now, and it's not
Like-
playable.
Well,
the only
So
thing,
true.
the only thing I'm thinking myself about, like, this card, how terrible is it on a scale from very terrible to unbelievable terrible? Like, I'm not sure how terrible it is, but it's terrible.
I mean,
Like I don't
I'm-
even know the abilities of Faith Duty right now because it's
so
so.
we have no experience with it. Like, nobody played it over the week. We talked about it last time, and nobody even tried it out. Is that correct?
yeah, that's like for all we know, it could be the best card in the game. Like nobody played it. I just
Well,
It will not be the best card in the game, I promise.
I know about one use that it could help. Like, one use that could actually be kinda good, and that's if you get multiple of them out and you put it out on 2 lanes, so you zone out your enemy to somewhere where you can damage his idol, and if he's going to block his idol, he's not able to attack you ever, and you can just set up more and more board control. So that's one thing I was thinking of. It's temporary, but it can help you like race for an idol, and if he's not going to let you race, then you can just set up board control. So it's one use I thought of. It could be kind of useful with that, and maybe on some structures or something, but that's about it.
Like, the
Alright.
card would be terrible when the effect would be free. When it would not damage your own creature, it would still be terrible. I have no idea why they added that.
Alright, I'm looking at the card now, and like Frostwind is so much better than Faith Duty because Frostwind's instant. It'll cast a +1 cooldown right away. But this is like you play it and it doesn't take effect right away.
Dude, man, Sword Trap OP.
Okay, so that's about Fate Duty. I think we have nothing more to say. So let's get to more interesting stuff, and that's Stag Hard. Is it worth playing? We have two mainly growth players here, so what do you guys think? Actually, 3 of you. I'm so stupid. 3 growth players.
I'm energy player, dude.
I play everything.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
tri-colored player.
Okay, so what do you think about Cyhard? Doesn't matter who you are.
It's not that good right now. I've seen it in rank once, and like I just purification it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like
Go ahead.
no, go for it.
Well, okay. I've played it a little bit with Stakeout because I wanted to try it out. Like, I initially went into the games thinking like it would be like a bad bear paw since it only is a bear paw when you have two, and having two means you have two less scrolls of anything else, like two less creatures, two less guardians, two less just. So that's the thing. Like, if you want it to be very effective with three, you do not have the other scrolls you actually need to win the game with it. So yeah, it's not that good in my opinion. Like having one is just bad, having two is decent, and having three is okay good, but then you don't have the other scrolls to finish out the game.
I actually think it's same tier as Greyvalk Elder. Like when you have one out, he's pretty much useless. When you have two out, it's kind of good. You can do a lot of shit with it. And when you have three out, it's free win. The question is, are you able to cast it on such creatures when it's not as easily countered? Like, the thing is with enchantments is if you cast it on your strong creatures, then it's bad. This creature is going to be focused and die. If you cast it on your weak creatures and you have like 3 Wrecked Wolves, for example, or something like that, with each has Bear Paw, and then you have Great Wolf out, and then you have Brother of the Wolf out, who the fuck does your opponent focus? Like, who does he kill?
You just quakes twice.
And also, if you go against energy, you just get punished by VDs. You play against order, you just get punished by pushbacks. So
Yeah, it's
like
like
enchantments
free
are
trade.
useless.
It's free trades for your
I know.
opponent. Yeah, enchantments right now in the game are just so underwhelming.
Actually,
They don't do enough compared to instants. Like
from energy point of view, I can say that if you force me to VD your enchanted creature that isn't all that good, I then don't have the VD for your Jarl or Great Wolf or something that's more important in the game. So,
But when the creature is enchanted, it is good. So it's worth redeeming, and then you trade 2 for 1.
but
Yeah.
then you are missing the VDs because you kind of rely on the VDs.
No, but you still like win the card trade. Like you're using 2 cards for 1 card. Then you'll just be like at a card disadvantage right after that.
The point is VD is so strong and it counters a lot of strong creatures that if you don't have it for those creatures, you are just missing out a lot, and you then have to pay maybe even more cards for the creature in other way. Like for example, if I need to in the situation, I'm going to Iron Wave my Cobra Automaton to kill your Great Wolf. If it's worth it. So like if I need to in the situation. So I kind of feel like if enchantments are kind of like structures for energy. Like structures for energy aren't really worth killing so much, like mortar and stuff, but you still kind of want to kill them because they can do a lot of pain. But I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I feel like enchantments are really underrated at the moment, and they could become good if used correctly.
Well, the only good
Yeah.
enchantment in this game right now is Pot of Resistance. Like, I don't see any other enchantment being good. Like, Champion Ring, it's not that good because Crimson Bowl just totally outshines it. What else is there? That's
but
like,
that's the thing. Like Potion of Resistance has so much value for just one, where Stagheart only gives. I mean, it's not even comparable. +1/+1 is on its in itself. It's just shit. It's nothing. So that's why Pot of Resistance is the only enchant that is getting played. It's really good on itself.
yep, that too.
I agree.
All right. Yeah. So let's move on to Automata Forge because this is the most exciting card and maybe a bit overhyped. So who wants to start on Automata Forge?
It's a chameleon.
That's true.
And he has something getting in and out of his backside, so it's weird.
Yeah, and also there's like the creepy little hand always touching, going inside and back. Like, what the fuck is
He's
he
scratching
searching
his
for?
back.
Scratching his back by going inside his fucking body. I don't
Well,
want anybody to scratch my back ever again.
His back is a bowl. I don't know.
Okay, so it's a ball, and he's okay. That makes sense. Okay.
It's a weird chameleon.
What's funny is that
Don't hate.
I think
Stuff just comes out of him.
I think the devs don't have any idea how weird it looks.
I actually said
I watched you play with Dragon in the other day, Ice Cream, and he didn't seem to realize how stupid that thing looked. Like he was like, "Oh, okay, that's one way to see it."
yeah.
No, it's like the only way to see it. Like once you see it, it's like you can never go back.
Yeah, it's one of those cases when you cannot unsee it once you see it. So I actually didn't see the stick going in his butt and back, but once Manchy kept talking about it all the time, and I suddenly realized, holy shit, this is so bad.
That's
It's so
Manchy's
bad.
fault.
Okay, so let's not talk about the animation, and let's talk about the card itself and how good it is. Is it overhyped?
No, it's not overhyped. It's
I
actually
think-
really good
Yeah.
compared
It's
to
so
like
good.
House Spitter Mortar. Like it's not RNG anymore. You can actually do stuff with it.
That's one of the issues I actually had with placing it into my deck. I didn't know if I should replace Ether Pump or Mortar with it, because I was running these two structures and I felt like I need 6 volts in my deck. And suddenly I had to choose, do I put out Mortar or Ether Pump? So I'm currently running both Mortars and Forges without the pumps, so I still have the RNG in my deck, but yeah. No idea why I said it. So you think it's just good, and the question is, does it solve the problems Energy had?
It solves it by a bit, just because
Yeah, it helps a long way. Like, it's a thing you can do late game. It's just a thing you can do. Whenever you have spare energy, you pump it in the forge and you get a free gun automaton. It's like so good.
Like Energy
Yep.
has problem with drawing cards, having enough cards and putting shit on the board late game, and that solves it kinda. So it's a
It- and also sometimes Energy will just have like a whole hand of like spells or removals, but like you don't want to play them when they have nothing on board. So you can just pump all your energy into like the Automata Forge.
Yep, that's really true, and that's what exactly I was thinking before the card itself came out. But when it came out, I suddenly realized it just doesn't work out as well as I expected it to, because you need to get the card out. That's one thing. So having the card on itself is like really important. If you get a 3-drop on around 3, that's this thing. It's super awesome. If you don't, then later on it's still pretty good, but you wanna play more creatures then, because you have more cards to choose from, and you wanna pressure your opponent. And I feel like it's kind of random. If you don't draw it, it's stupid. If you do draw it, it's really good. But then again, double quick.
what I'm wondering about, like what you guys think, is that it might be unreliable at some points, because the way the creature spawns. At first I expected it to spawn like when you reach 0 during the turn, you can spawn, an automaton like Brother of the Wolf. Yeah, I expected it to work like that, which would allow for more reactive plays. Here you kind of now it's spawned, then your opponent still has the jump on you if he wants to take care of that automaton. But I don't know. I feel in some ways I feel it's a weaker Brother of the Wolf still, which is kind of weird. Know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of touching on the topic we discussed last time about the RNG in the game, and how the devs and me personally too think it's kind of important to at least have a bit of. And I feel like it's kind of more fun to play with the RNG in this case. Like, I don't mind the Forge being so much RNG. You can influence it a bit. You can, like, it opens up a lot more options on how to place it, and it opens up more skill of, like, if you know how to place it and when to place it, and if you know how to influence, and you can influence where when it spawns, and it just rewards skilled play. So I'm kind of happy it is that way. But on the other hand, when I'm playing it always in a middle row, and when it spawns in the back, it's pretty fucked up since I wanna tank with the tokens. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. I was honestly thinking it would solve every fucking thing with the energy, and we would just be on par. But after playing it for, how long is it now? 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
It's good, but it still doesn't solve the issues I had personally. I mean, others are more happy with it, but yeah, at least it got some attention to energy. I mean, more people started playing energy now, so that's always really good because it means more strategies for us and stuff like that.
Nope. Energy's still missing like a card draw right now,
Yeah.
and then that'll be really viable.
Yeah,
You think they could
It's-
like just fix clock library, make it more like easier to work on?
Yeah, there are some suggestions we as energy player have, and that's one suggestion I had is if library wouldn't draw only when it's proc, but if it would be a cantrip, it would pay one card when you play it and then the rest when it actually procs. So this could fix library, but other than that, I think like when I talked with the developers, they said that energy isn't, it's a design choice that we don't have as many draws, and we have other ways, like not as many unconditional draws. So we have to fit some conditions and then we can draw. So we are build it up kind of in a different way than growth and order is, and I think that's completely fine, but we are still missing creatures, a lot of creatures. Like, our decks are mostly spells, and that's what's hurting us a lot. That's about
I
it.
can see that. Yes. Like, being able to clump up your board as order or growth is a very strong thing to do, obviously. Like, having board advantage in general. And since Violent Dispersal does not deal with huge masses of creatures, and Thunder Surge is easily played around, I can see energy being weak in that way.
Yeah. Alright,
So-
I don't actually, like, I could go much more in depth on energy balance, but I don't really want to, because it's something that's been worked on. We have seen Metal Wonder that should help us a lot, and a lot of more cards are coming, and developers actually know about our weaknesses. So I don't actually want to continue with this. Specifically energy discussion, but anything else anyone else wants to add to the cards?
I think it's like I like the way they start putting out cards like more regularly, and the fact that we with the test server we can see them a bit in advance. Like now we have the 3 next cards already previewed, and a bit like we know a bit how they work, and I wonder if they're gonna keep that out, keep that up. I mean, No ID was released what 2 weeks ago, was it?
Mm-hmm.
So if they keep releasing 3 cards every 2 weeks, that's for 6 cards a month. I
That's
don't
a
know.
lot.
I feel that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's enough. And with DK coming out, it's even better.
Well, honestly, compared to other TCGs, six cards a month is nothing.
Yeah,
Like, in
but it plays differently.
it does. Like, but I don't actually like introducing single cards because it like slowly shifts the meta game where I rather have like a whole set come out and be like, wow, we have to go back to the drawing board and start reworking
adapt, right?
everything.
But
Yes.
that will happen with DK coming out, and I think that Mojang has more plans to that. But right now, they just wanna put some stuff out, not necessarily to release cards for the sake of releasing cards, but to bit balance the game, show people that there are more options, and open up new opportunities. But I think that big waves of cards will actually be coming out at some point, and it will be there.
Like that's the good thing, like with how Magic or other game work, is that suddenly you get a huge batch of cards, and for like a few weeks, it's crazy because there's so much new stuff, new decks coming up. But then it stabilizes, and then for a good portion of time, you can play on a more consistent game. Like on that regard, I kind of agree with what Manchy just said. Like every 2 weeks now, it's just suddenly everything shifts a little bit, but enough to throw everyone off base, and it can be, I don't know how to say that, but it's a bit tiring for every 2 weeks have to rethink everything.
Oh well, I
But-
guess like when when it's actually out of beta, they're gonna release like sets more often, and it'll be much better. Like I like designing decks. It's not fun like just releasing 3 cards and the metagame's still the same, just like a little bit different.
Like there's
We're still
also
playing
this,
the same game.
yeah, there's also this card, this thing I like the most. Like just put together random decks, try see if they work out, switch some cards and see if that works out, and so on and so forth. Like that's the same way I got my rating in the first place. Just try stuff out and play whatever I feel like.
Yeah, it's actually nice. Yeah, I actually don't know what I wanted to say. Alright, so that's about it, isn't it, for this topic? Yep, everyone's not in. So let's move on to my favorite topic of today, and that's Cross Invitational number 1. So I maybe should introduce it before we can start talking about it. I was traveling to work today, and I was thinking while traveling to work. Then I came to work and I said, okay, let's throw this together. I have some spare money, so let's put it into a tournament, and let's actually give the community more reason to play ranked games, give the top players a bit more of a drive. Like a lot of players are possibly now kind of burning out on the game, and they just don't have anything more to play for. And this should maybe help a bit, also support the scene in terms of competitiveness a lot more, because I know, like Manchy, you and not only you just stopped taking ranked games seriously, so I thought that this might help. And so what I did, okay, let's get to the tournament itself. It will be a tournament with real prize money. It will be not for gold, not for shards, not for cards, but it will be a real prize money paid out over PayPal. It will be a 16-player tournament. 15 players will be invited. One will be wildcard from open qualifier, which I'm hoping we will fill with a lot of people, and one best guy will come out to 16th place. We will be paying top 3 not cards, but players. The way the tournament is structured in terms of prize money is I put in some initial money and people started donating, and suddenly it's fucking huge tournament, and I'll have to add some more money of my own to not be so embarrassed. So we have
I mean, you put the whole thing together, so you don't have to be embarrassed.
yeah, I guess, but. Okay, so what's the topic I wanted to start it off with? Yeah, let's just get general thoughts out of the way, and then we can expand on them, and then fill the other stuff we have written in our notes. So, general thoughts.
I want to win $1 bajillion.
But first, you gotta get to top 15, Manchy.
I hate you so much for that. Like I was ranked 2. I would still be ranked 2 this day if I just stopped playing ranked 1.5 weeks ago. But I started played whatever, and now I'm like 50 something. Well, better than the last time we podcasted. Back to top 100. Yes, I'm so good.
Well, you have 2 days to make it to top 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's actually enough time.
I was
2 days
actu-
is like an eternity, you know.
I was actually thinking of just screen capping the players and inviting them straight up, and then I just thought, wait, so many people will be pissed off. I have to give them a lot of time, a bit of time. So I thought like weekend is good enough, and at the end of weekend in my European time, everyone should be there where he could be, and if like the motivation is right there because right now we are at $550 for the whole prize money, so motivation is there, and if somebody wants to win it, he
Wait,
will...
Scream, are we doing it all at once? Like all the matches at once, or are we going
no,
to have
no,
like...
I'll talk about this a bit later, but what is my thought?
You were, yeah. We're gonna make it to $1,000. We need to.
Yeah, $2,000.
That'll be pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah.
1K
Considering it's
opening.
still a new game. Yep.
Like,
I
it's so
said
much
I
more.
said earlier that I was gonna like complete the like wherever the donations stop, I'll complete it to make $1,000, and this way, you know, it's like a big number that gives it a bit of a nice ring to it.
Man, it's so much. Like, I don't want the biggest problem I have right now with it is I don't want the community to burn out on money. I want the people to...
Yeah, like don't give too much money to people. They hate that.
Nah, like, don't give it now. There will be more tournaments. Just don't give everything out now and then say, oh, I already donated. I don't need to donate for the second season, and the second season will be like 1/10 of the prize money of what this one will be. So save it, maybe do a few drops every tournament, because this is not the last one from me as far as I can see the future right now, unless I die or really get pissed at the game. I think I'll run the second one. So this one of the issue I have. Like, if we get $1,000 right now, who's going to be there for the next one?
Well, to be fair, right now it's less than 10 people who donated, so I guess it's not that big of a problem.
Yeah, but you fucking donated $250. That's so much, and if you get burned out, we
Why
all
don't you donate me?
we all
You have to earn it, Manchy. You have to earn it.
Dude, I just
Hey, look
went
at
back-
Critical. He's earning it right now. He's number 1. doesn't play
Dude, no.
the game
I
anymore. He like saw the announcement. He was like, okay, fuck this. I'm only playing on my Smurf from now on.
Yeah, I mean, she
Nobody
should have
not,
made
like.
it more.
There's no way 15 people are getting over that. It's just too far. ahead.
Dude, I was gonna put my Smurf to top 15 too, but I named it too close to my main. Like, if I named it like completely something different, I never
Oh, you
streamed
could have
on it.
you could have won like top 2 prizes, man.
You could have
I
sold
know,
the
right?
account
Yeah.
just to play in the tournament.
Yeah, so pro tip: don't name your Smurf accounts the same like your main accounts.
I mean, we'll see,
Just-
but I think that the fact that this can get community funded, sorry, in a way, is pretty great, because obviously right now there's no real interest in anyone putting money in it except the people who are playing it, because maybe we believe it can be something bigger, but we'll discuss that later, I think. But
You know.
I think it's great that it comes from the community first, and well, who knows? You know, like if Mojang or anyone sees, oh well, there was like $1,000 in this tournament, then that many people watched it and it was that good. Maybe we can now do something with it. I don't know, but I think
Yeah.
it's good that it starts this way, because I don't know how you got that idea. By the way, I just like suddenly I go on Reddit and I see, oh, I screen posted something, and oh, tournament invitation. What like?
He stole that name.
How
was
much
just-
do you feel? How much do you feel like a genius right now?
He stole.
Oh, fuck it! Tournaments are something completely new. I invented tournaments.
No,
and
but I
fucking-
mean, it's just
Nah.
Nobody did it before, so for scrolls. So it's just.
Funnily
mean,
enough,
We
I
were
was
kind of talking about it with Manchy, like
Oh, you stole his idea. That's
23
okay.
hours ago. No, actually, I had the idea before it, but I was talking a bit with him. Like, we were talking about Twitch partnership and how it would be great if I get if they approve my application, so I can earn some money through the stream and then donate it into some kind of tournament or something. And then I just thought the next day when I was traveling to work, hey, I actually am donating here to these streamers because I donated to a few streamers, and suddenly, I thought, why don't I just put the rest of the money into a tournament and make something really productive? And I thought of kind of good added value by getting the decks for the people out, getting replays for the people out, and I think it should improve the overall quality of the game of many players in there if we get enough hype for it. So
I like how you subtly said that donating to Manchy wasn't productive. That was nice.
no, it was. I mean, I'm happy I donated to the Manchy, and I'm happy I donated to Darkblade, but I feel like I can donate to 16 fucking streamers, $20 each, or I can
You can,
make
or
them
you can
work for
donate to
it.
Critical.
Yeah, or I can make them fucking work for it and see them fucking earn it, right? So I thought of this way.
Yeah,
So-
that was a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I honestly thought like I'm going to give $50 in it, and it will grow probably to 100 with small $5 donations from various people. And suddenly, I don't know why you put in so much money. Switzerland is fucking rich. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, I've always loved esports, and it's on a bigger scale. You can't do much because it's like there's people working for it in companies, and that's not my beat. I mean, I have a job. I'm a teacher, and I'm not going to quit my job to work for esports. So I'm like suddenly I saw like, hey, that's a new game I'm playing, and it's still pretty small right now. So let's do something I can do with what I have, and try to make it a bit bigger. It's like one brick in the huge wall that could be or could not be built depending on how it works. But
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really hoping it will not become a failure, because I really want it to succeed. Like, I have so many ideas in head with how I want to do it, with the production value I want to add in it, and with the fucking storyline to create around it. So I'm really, really excited. Like,
even the race is already a storyline. Like, will Manchy make it back to top 15?
yeah, man. Will Critical fall down
Will Critical
somehow?
suddenly be like ran over by 15 people?
I will
in a
play
day?
ranked on Critical's account and purposely lose to my own account.
Will Critical Smurf stop Manchy from getting top 15?
That would be the greatest game ever. Imagine like 6:50 p.m. Sunday night game between Critical Smurf and Manchy for like the one elo Manchy is missing. That would be the highlight of fucking weekend.
Well, yeah, and then suddenly Manchy makes it through the open qualifier, and he's back there, and he beats Critical in grand
In the
finals.
finals.
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much.
It's such a rocky
opportunity.
story.
We should talk about that open
Ding.
qualifier, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but yeah, let's actually.
Dude,
What is it, Critical? Oh,
what I did was I stream sniped Darkblade on my Smurf, so I queued up against him, and then like I had a perfect curve hand, I was stomping him, and then when I typed GG, I just surrendered and gave him the points. It was pretty funny.
It's so.
Must not have
Oh
been
my God.
confused at all.
It's really
Maybe I
nice.
should do it to Manchy, like just like give him despair, and then I'll give him hope, like in the end. So,
And before Critical goes to every fucking guy he thinks he deserves it and just stream snipes him and then gives him a yellow. That would be really nice.
I gotta make my competition easier, man. Can't let Manchy get up to top 15.
Well, it's certainly an interesting race ahead of us, and I'm really looking forward to tracking it over the weekend. So let's move on from the general general topic, and let's move on to the format of the tournament. It will be single elimination. It will be best of 3 and best of 5 grand finals, and best of 3 play match for third place. So, will we just go over it, or anyone wants to argue with me that it's not a good idea?
I know. Like, it's a great idea. You would not want to play best of 1 matches where you can randomly get run over by a completely OP hand from growth or whatever in such a huge tournament.
Yeah.
I approve.
I'd love double elimination, but that would, like, for a first tournament,
Yeah.
it's probably too much.
Double
Like,
elimination, I would really love it too, but it would take so much casting and so much like time of covering the tournament that I think it would take way too long for people to keep interest in the tournament.
I think it's a safer bet to make it like a bit smaller scale for the first one, until
That seems fine. Single elimination right now.
Alright, so let's talk about the time frame of the games. So the way I have it in my head right now, but it's subject to change, is I will close the invites on the 7th of July, 7 p.m. CET. I will take a screenshot of top 1 to like 20, 25 maybe. We'll see how much I can fit in on my screen. And then I will start contacting the people, if I can get contacts to them, if I can get somebody to make them contact me or something like that, and get 15 people in. So this should maybe be over by Monday evening. By then we should have 15 invited players with all their info and their confirmation of they will actually be participating in the tournament. And then we will move on to what was it? Yeah, then we will move on to open qualifiers. So after I have these people, I know that the rest of the people below that can actually safely participate in the open qualifier without them then making it through the invites. Then it will be the open qualifier, which will be hosted by, I am not decided yet. I got a few offers by people who wanted to host it, so it will be hosted by professional, that's for sure, and it will be hopefully fun. We'll see what will come out of that, but that's something we have to think of. And after that, when we'll have 16 people that will be in, brackets will be created and people will go and play the matches offline on their own without anybody watching. Then they will save the replays, send them to my email, both players, because I don't want to go over why it's so important, but because it could ruin it possibly. But both players will submit their replays, so we have point of views. Casters have more things to maybe work with if they want to analyze the players from both perspectives. I'm hoping to get as many casters in it as possible and get their VODs of the casts in, which then they will be live streamed on this channel, Twitch TV/Ice Cream. And after they will be live streamed here, they will be posted to YouTube's offset casters, or if they don't want to have it on their YouTubes, it will be posted to some kind of central YouTube. And this process will take, I think, I'm not sure yet of how many games we will make per day, but I think this will probably take like 2 weeks, which I'm not really happy about. Like, it will be a long-term thing. It will not be in 1 day or 2 days, since I have to work and stuff like that. But I think that over 2 weeks we should be able to cast everything. Players will not be able to spoil anything. Everything will remain secret. Over the time that every game will be played, there will still be hopefully coming donations in for the prize money. And after the last game is casted, we will sum up the prize money and pay it out.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds great.
Seems a little bit complicated for just a tournament.
And I kind of blanked out too, so yeah.
was like tournament.
It's because you guys are reading the chat.
Those dicks, what the hell?
I don't even know how you could possibly read the chat and still communicate with 3 other people on Skype.
I mean,
I was like, blah,
I
blah,
think-
blah,
I think-
$1,000, blah, blah, blah.
the only the only point that could be discussed is the fact that it won't be live but casted from replays. But I think
Wait, I cannot stream it.
No, you cannot.
yeah, you can. Yeah, that's the problem.
Damn
But
it.
I think you're not in yet, so it's fine. The problem is
Burn.
that right now, since there's no way to like the fact that you have 2 replays allows you to make a cast from both point of view and like have the 2 hands and really actually cast the game from global perspective, which is, in my opinion, something that hasn't been done yet in Scrolls, and that could separate it from the other tournaments we've seen so far. And I think that's something new that will make this tournament maybe the first big tournament in Scrolls. Like right now we have we have Darkblades tournaments, Manchys. I think Shiny Agron did tournaments, but
Mhm.
those are
And-
still like okay, like we're doing this tonight and then it's done. And
There's some guy on Reddit that I forgot his username of, but there are quite a few tournaments, but nothing is like. I have so many ideas, or actually not really ideas, because I don't want to do all the work on the tournament. I want to give space to other people out there for them to be able to create casts up to their actual skills. So they will have so much work, so much stuff to work with. And they could make it to either really boring replay when they just go over one replay and cast it somehow and then just send it to me, or they can take their time, watch all the replays, analyze it a bit, or maybe have some analyze it a bit and them do the play-by-play. They will have info about the players, they will have info about their decks, they will have info about their storylines, where they are from, what are they playing, everything, and it will be up to the casters what they will actually be able to do to create out of that.
are the players gonna record like promos like in wrestling to trash talk each other before the games, or
I'm kind of hoping, like,
Oh, that would be pretty funny.
not really like that, but I am kind of hoping to fill the time between streams with interviews and maybe some kind of stuff like that. Like, I have watched plenty of esport competitions over the time, and I'm pretty happy with what I think I know about the scene and what it possibly can reach, and I'm hoping to fulfill as much as I can with it. So I'll spend a lot of time. I'll maybe take off vacation in work or something, and I'll try to make it as entertaining, create the storylines around it, and do as much around it to not like we cannot possibly match the prize pool of League of Legends, StarCraft, or Dota, or anything else, but I think we are able to create almost as good storyline around the tournament as they are with what we will
in a-
have to work with.
in a way smaller scale. Yeah.
Yeah, in a small scale, of course. Like, we'll not have banner hall or fucking, I don't know, how do they hire and TV stuff to work around it, but we'll have the information.
I mean, it has to start somewhere, so I guess that's as good a start as any.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that people, like the players, will not be as shy. They will share as much information about them as they feel comfortable with. So I kind of want to know, at least, like, countries are definitely what I want to know. But if they are able to share what they do for a living, how old are they, if they have a family, what do they have to take care of, how much they need the money, how much, like, I want to create. You might be laughing, right? But
Sorry.
I want this not to be a tournament only around the game. While it's good and it's the baseline that people go off mostly, but if you want to like make a successful tournament, you have to create additional storyline around it, so people who are not as interested in the game can still follow it and have a great time with it.
Yep.
Stop making fun of me in chat.
No, it's just
You.
Manchy who's fucking talking about his dick for some reason. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I died in personal information.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah.
We should move on to something else, right?
Speaking of tournaments,
Or you're the host, you decide on. Yeah, Manchy.
I have a tournament.
Will you not talk about your penis, please?
He wants to talk about this tournament, dude.
Okay, remember, there's no penis. Okay, go on, Manchy.
Okay. If you win the tournament, you will gain access to my. Never mind. So, today I hosted the third Manchy Stream Open, which was kind of amazing. Like the first one was this Tuesday. It was like 16 players. Everyone chipped in for a little bit prize money. It was fun. Then yesterday we had the second one, which was like way bigger. We had 44 players with around 12k gold and some cards to give away. And today was just completely mind-blowingly amazing. We had 46 players, so a completely full bracket.
64, you mean?
64, yes, not 46. And we had 25k gold in prizes and like 30k gold worth of cards to give away to players, and it was so much fun. Like, I think
was
everyone
pretty,
had so much fun. Like, even Critical played in it. He made place 3 because he got beaten by the insane Quake guy. Trip just ripped.
And I was in it too, and I also
And Ice Cream
critical.
Ice Cream got.
And guess to what I lost? Guess to what I lost? Critical top deck in fucking second Quake, so...
Well, that was not a short Quake.
No, it was second and top deck, so...
I lost in round of 16. I'm sad. But
And
it was fun.
I wasn't
It was
even.
fun.
I wasn't even able to play. I had to host it. Like, it's so much work to host a tournament that
Yeah.
big.
That's why I don't want to do everything on my own.
But like, if we think about it, 64 players. That's almost 5% of the player base, like the live player base at the point that the tournament was played.
Wow.
It's crazy because there's like 1,000 around a bit more of 1,000 people playing at any given point. So that's 5% of the player base in that tournament. When you think about it like that, it shows like first how small the community still is, but also that it's already solidifying around like big streamers like Manchy and stuff like that, and that's good. That's a good sign, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
Like, the Scrolls community is just way too awesome. Like, maybe it's because
Indeed.
we are still small, and that's why why we don't have as many idiots in it. But as far as the Twitch community goes, and everything that revolves from that, in my opinion, it's way too awesome. It's way too awesome.
So yeah,
And-
obviously.
you're gonna do a forced tournament soon, or
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna do more of those since they.
Will
are
you do them every
same
day and not do anything else with your life?
No, I will not do them every day. Like today and yesterday was quite insane and overboard. I just did it because so many people asked for it, and I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 a week.
That's fair. That's really fair.
that's already a lot. Like I don't think I could do that much work like you did tonight, two times a week.
Okay,
I'm
so
just all in it, all in for the community, man.
Yeah, but that's I admire that dedication. That's great.
and we get back from the community. I think like we
Yeah, we
have such a good time with them. At least me.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so there's something I wanted to talk about a bit more when it comes to tournament and real prize money, because I had one guy saying it's maybe too early for prize money being in Scrolls, like it maybe should have been later on, and I'm personally of the opinion that there is never too early when it comes to real prize money in game that in my opinion is competitive. So
I mean, if I was like an investor and I was expecting returns on the money I put in there, I would also think that's way too early, because for all we know, like 50 people might watch this and that will be all. So we're not going to get any returns on that. But since it's the idea is just to jumpstart the like tournament community and try to solidify Scrolls as a game where esports or something like that can happen. I think that it's never too early because we don't expect returns on that money. It's like simple donations. It's like, okay, there we go. Like, do something with that. It would be too early to invest in it and expect something back. But here it's just for it's just for the community. So it can't be too early. There's no reason that it would.
Speaking of investors,
I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that's my point of view.
yeah, I kind of agree. Like, of course, it's not an investment of our part. But speaking of investors, we very well might have something from Razer in the tournament. So that's kind of exciting to have Razer adding something into the tournament. If it will be only t-shirt, it's still Razer taking a bit of interest in Scrolls, and it's, I think, only good. Like, we are at that point where Razer actually promotes Scrolls more than Scrolls promote Razer, so
Yep.
kind of excited.
It'll be better to get like the word out there, right? Like just to get Scrolls more popular, and
Mhm.
maybe Mojang will actually put in their own tournaments for the game. I don't know.
I mean, the button is there, it's just a short time before it gets working. Might
Yeah,
already
this term might be like the jump start to like more tournaments in the future, like by the company or like Razer advertising the game a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Soon there will be like mechanical keyboards for Scrolls, like, to get that APM really up,
Yeah,
to get that GLHF really fast in the game. Like.
Dude, there'll be like Scrolls Razer edition or some shit.
Dude, who types
Actually,
GLF Edge?
before they patched it, you have to type that GG really quick before the game wouldn't allow you to do it.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
look like a fucking ass because you didn't have time to type GG.
so actually, Scrolls keyboard would be just two macro buttons.
there's like GLHF. That's all.
No,
that's
there will be
all
just
you need.
macros, like two macros, GLHF and GG. That's it.
It's actually a mouse. It will be a mouse with like two side
Yeah,
buttons
yeah,
on it,
that works.
and one for GLHF, one for GG.
No,
Anyway.
you have your usual mouse and another mouse for your other hand.
Oh, that would be so good.
Why can't we be serious for 1 minute?
Because serious podcasts are boring, and because when I'm serious, they don't fucking listen. So
It's like kids. We're in school. It's like kids.
yeah, luckily we have a teacher amongst us.
Yeah, I'm in holidays, man. I'm not a teacher for the next six weeks.
Okay, next topic, unless anyone wants to add something and nobody is jumping into me, so let's move on to next topic. Scrolls, is it really that competitive? Can we turn it into something that's like esport-ish? What, I mean, in terms of, let's talk first about the competitiveness and then about how much is it fun to watch. First, competitiveness. Is it competitive enough to become a legitimate sport?
You mean for gameplay wise or
Gameplay wise.
yeah?
Well,
It's a bit inconsistent right now, in my opinion, but
yeah, I agree. Like, the most competitive games are like as balanced as humanly possible, since balance is what makes a good, like, what differs a good player from a bad player. Like, as soon as like you need skill to win the game, you have a game that can be competitive.
Well,
And in Scrolls, obviously, there is skill coming into the fact, but it's a little bit less so than like in the most games. For example, StarCraft is like purely skill and almost nothing else.
bullet factor, yeah.
League is a little bit less so, like a little bit more different stuff, like team play also factors in, obviously. But Scrolls at the moment is like on a lower, like it's lower in the competitive thing than, for example, Magic, which is more balanced and more skill intensive, in my opinion, because like you don't have to do much to be really good in scrolls. Like you obviously like it's easy to learn how to master the usual stuff, but it's not that hard to get into top 50 or even top 20 or something like that as soon as you have a solid build and you know how to play it.
Okay, I have two things. First is completely off topic. My phone battery died, so no more light on my face. I'm sorry, I'm dark. Second one, I don't kind of agree, and my proof is sitting amongst us, and it's critical. Like, he was down there in top 100. He wasn't even top 50 at some point, right? And then he changed his deck. Correct me if I'm wrong, but then he changed your deck, and went back up to rank one, and without any problems. Then you release the deck and you're fine. And I feel like if somebody's as talented as, for example, Critical here, he can always make it. Like he can beat worse players by, like, it's not 100%. Like, I doubt that Critical can win every game, but being
Super Quake guy.
in terms of like 50
Great
ga-
guy.
50 to 100 games, I think that the skills really shows, like, in a long term thingy.
Yeah,
It just shows like consistency. Like I dropped from rank 1 down to like probably top 100, and I just went back to rank 1 when I switched my deck around. So there is a lot of luck involved in this game though. Like especially growth versus growth mirror is like a coin toss. Unless like the other guy just makes a pure mistake or gets like 3 quakes, it's like impossible to come back.
Oh, triple Quake.
Mm.
Wait, isn't Quake possible to play around by just not playing as much shit on board?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
and
you
if
don't
you're-
play shit against Gross, you just get killed.
But you
Yes.
are growth yourself, so you can
No,
just
but
kill him back.
what I mean is that if you're waiting for your Quake and you're not playing stuff and he's playing his Great Wolves and stuff that doesn't die to one Quake, he can have a rally or a God Hand and just finish you off next turn. You never know that. You can't just sit around with.
Yeah, but I'm talking, like, if he quakes, he just used his turn, and you get to follow up on it, and you can kill his shit or set up your new units while he is one turn behind you. So if you don't play as much stuff on board, so you don't get card disadvantage, you should be able to come back from Quake as good as he does, as if you expect it, of course.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's true, but like I don't know. Like after today, I don't know anymore.
He's confused. He's confused.
Like you can just be so solid until the luck takes over.
He had
Like-
it all. He thought he had it all. Now he's Christian.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we have, or at least me personally, like, it's luck in maybe 1 to 2 to 3 games, and then just tilt comes over, and we start doing, at least I start doing mistakes, and cannot back up there, and I start blaming luck even more. I get angry, and I'm just taking the yellow down and down and down. So I think that's more of the issue at least I will have to deal with if I wanna be up there.
I was wondering something. As Z-Ray fell out of top 5 for the past 2 weeks.
No idea. But I know Sisp is pretty consistently in there, and he's playing energy, so it shows something about his skill in the game. And it's the most RNG colors, so...
So it
That's
shows
true.
something about his luck.
Oh, yeah!
Oh,
Yeah.
shots fired.
Shots fired, indeed. Like, Sisp is not a good player, he's just lucky.
Yeah, apparently
Obviously.
Z-Ray fell down to top 20 and then went
Like he
back.
doesn't play Forge, he still runs Mortar because he always hits.
Okay, so we
I mean,
discovered Sisp.
to get back to the point, I think the game has a chance to be really competitive as long as the better player wins consistently over, let's say, like a certain amount of games. Over one game in a card game, you can't expect, you can't expect the better player to always win, but it should be over like enough games. It should be always the better player who wins. And is it the case now in Scrolls? That's the question. I have no idea about that. Maybe like Critical has more of an.
Well, it is in a sense that like the better player will win more overall, but like in a tournament, best two out of 3, some people might have a bad luck both games, or like someone just has incredible luck for 2 games. and that doesn't really show the skill base,
Yeah,
just because it's not that balanced.
that's like exactly the thing I wanted. Like consistency might get you up in the ladder, but not win you 100 or 200 bucks in a tournament. Like that's just not how it works. Like it's the same thing in different games with ranked. Like you are good enough, you have like 55% win chance, you will get there over time. That's just how it works, like mathematically. But in the tournament, it's just not. You cannot rely on those 55%.
Okay, let's talk a bit more long term here. Like, this is not the only tournament, and if you are consistent enough, you will win more tournaments over the longer period of time than the worst guy.
So, with in 100 tournaments, you will 50 will win 55% of those 100 tournaments, which still is 55 to 45.
Well,
It's not.
No, you will win 55% of the games, which doesn't even
Oh.
mean you might win. You might lose every tournament and never get the prize money, but still win 55% of your games.
I think that
That's
being,
Because you only lose one game when you get out of a tournament. And
Being
you
better-
shoot-
Forever beaten by the triple quake guy.
being better player, like, being better player gives you more than 55 to 30, 45. Sorry. If you, of course, have comparable decks and you can adjust to your opponent's decks with sideboarding and stuff like that. So
But
I
I-
feel like there's much more skill involved than just people complaining about certain color versus color, like I do, for example. Like when it comes to tournament, you're not going to play what you play on ladder, and you get a lot of games and just farm yellow and shit. You are going to build a deck that's built around the other players. It's going to be a mind game between what will they bring to this tournament and how can I adjust to that? What should I sideboard, prepare in my sideboard? I feel like in the tournament there's actually much more skill involved than just in the ladder.
I disagree on that. I mean, in my opinion, it's like right now it's like poker. You can have your ELO is your bankroll, and over the year you're gonna win more ELO and be better placed than the guys that are less skilled than you are, like pro poker players that do that for a living. But the same, like the best poker player in the world right now has probably never won a single big tournament ever.
Best poker player? You mean the player that make the most money?
Well, I mean, the best skill wise, I don't know who it is. I don't follow poker anymore. But I remember, for instance, back in the days, like this guy named Phil Ivey was considered like one of the best poker players ever. He never won like a big World Series tournament. He won like small tournaments here and there, but he never was considered world champion, which, proves that over a single tournament, luck factors a lot, like it is in Scroll right now. And for like esports is really based around tournaments more than ladder, which could be the problem that Scrolls faces on the long run, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That is true. And also, like
If you never get the same people winning a couple tournaments in a row or getting dominant, the scene just feels disjointed, and that's not good. Sorry, I interrupted you, Critical.
oh, I was about to say, for esports to be successful, first you need a balanced game, and you need community. You need a lot of people playing the game. Right now, we need, like, Scrolls just needs to have more players too, if we want like esports to be viable.
Alright, so while I kind of agree with the lag factor, there's also one thing I've forgotten to mention, and it's a beta, so balance changes will be coming. So we have to have hope. Alright, so this is pretty much it. Like, we covered most of the shit around actually if it's viable or not. I feel like we have done a lot. Now I want to move on to how fun is it to watch Scrolls, like in terms of tournament, in terms of competitive play. If like there are 2 points of view I personally see. There's a point of view where you watch to improve yourself, in which case it's very good, and I feel like it's always going to be fun. If you want to improve, you'll watch tournaments and improve from that. But how fun is it to a casual watcher who doesn't really play it all that much and just want some kind of excitement from the game. Is it there, or can it even be there with more changes?
Well, I have some experience with it. Like, I stream Scrolls a lot, you know, and I told like people I know in real life, hey, you should tune into my stream. I'm streaming Scrolls. You should take a look at it. Like, mostly like guys I know through Magic the Gathering, and like I know a few guys that tuned into my Scroll stream and had no idea what was going on. So they had like there was no reason for them to watch it because they didn't know what was happening, so they couldn't understand any excitement or anything. So you have to be involved with the game already to be able to watch the stream properly. Where, for example, in League of Legends, you can just watch a game and you see like those guys are killing those guys, and that's exciting. But he just got a kill. Whoa! It's like way easier to get involved with than a difficult card game. It's like the same thing with Magic, but the Magic community is so unbelievably huge that it doesn't matter. Like the Magic community is probably around 50, maybe a little bit less percent than League, because like there are millions of players playing Magic, but you never see any Magic streamers get as many views as League streamers because it's so hard to get involved with. So, yeah, it might be the same with Scrolls.
But don't you think that it could be compensated by having casters that actually take the time to explain as the game goes, which pretty much like right now the tournament I've seen, it's always experienced players that cast the tournament, so they talk as they would when they play the game for people who know how it works. And I think we need casters that will focus on explaining the game as it's going, but like, okay, that here he does that, and in Scrolls it works like that, etc. Yeah, like I don't know if you know what I mean. I'm losing my train of thought, but
Yeah, I know what you mean by that, but that could also be a little bit annoying for the people
yeah.
that actually know how the game works. Like having everything explained is not always the best. Like that
That's
is
true.
another thing that has been that that has already happened on the league stream, where like a caster was really like under a lot of flag because he started explaining stuff as the community as if the community would be a new player, and most of the community completely hated that, and they almost fired the guy of the team, but he stopped doing that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, to get back to the original question, I think it's insanely fun to watch, but it only misses the two-way point of view right now. That's the only thing I'm missing when I watch a tournament. I would like to know what the other guy has in hand and all that stuff. That's the only thing I miss right now. Other than that, it's fun because that bit of randomness makes it really exciting. Like when the guy is playing against Critical and he needs that Quake to win, it's like, and he gets it, and then it's really fun because Critical loses. So.
All right, so I think that when it comes to casting, because casting is what makes the game, in my opinion. Like when I came to StarCraft for a bit, I came there because I watched Husky, and then Day 9, and then I watched Tastosis and stayed for them. Then I realized I don't actually like the game. I like the casters, so I moved back to Dota. But casting is what makes the game, and when it comes to casting of Scrolls, I feel like there isn't really much of room for play-by-play commentary in Scrolls, like at all.
Oh my god, he's clicking that scroll!
Yeah, he's
Damn
clicking
it.
the scroll, and is he going to quake? Yes, he quaked!
The
And
unit is spawning on the board!
yeah, and he kills everything. A thunder surge fucks everything up. Like it's kind of exciting, but the most joy play-by-play commentator would get would be from a mortar hit. But
Or Lucky Top Decks. They are amazing.
Yeah,
like
that's
commentating on the third Quake against
yeah,
Critical.
so to make it
He's
watchable,
never gonna outlive that.
so the more randomness in the game, the more enjoyable it is to watch.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah, in a game
But
like
the
that,
less consistent it is for actual like competitive play, which is kind of funny.
Okay, so we have to find a balance between that.
I think just a bit of randomness. Like only the card draws are enough. I mean, to be exciting, in my opinion. So
Make mortars always hit.
Make mortars always.
yeah.
Oh my
They're
god.
like the charge.
They're
coils.
charge coils.
Yeah.
Two
It's
cooldown
exciting.
charge coils with 5 attack. I wanted.
Yes, please. The excitement never stops.
And then finally, maybe Ice Cream will think energy is balanced.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, because I'm
maybe.
sure he will find another.
Nah,
stuff that-
I will find somebody who will just beat me anyway. So
yeah.
Well, charge coil still dies to Quake, so that's the thing.
yeah, and mortar dies to do quake, so it's still bad.
Yeah.
I think
Useless.
Useless.
I think Kritical should talk less. Like he doesn't give people enough room to express
Yeah,
themselves.
critical. You should.
What's your opinion,
my
Critical?
bad, guys, my bad.
Critical. What's your opinion on esports with scrolls and all that? I'm curious.
I don't see it being really big right now until like they actually start releasing sets that just doing advertisement. Like, well, Jazz not doing anything with the game right now.
But
They're
can
just
it
like,
make it?
haha, pay $20 and play the game.
Potentially, can it make it? That's the question.
Yeah, the game has potential. Like, it's really easy to pick up. It's like League. It's easy to pick up, and there is some skill involved, but they just need to get the word out there.
Well, do you want to get?
They have the
out there
biggest
while it's
player
beta?
base in the world. Like they have one of the biggest player base in the world. Why aren't they cross advertising?
I'll tell you why. Because it's beta, and if they would over advertise it right now, they would see what we see, and people would not
Well-
stay with the balance it is right now, and so many bugs, and the game not being completed. Why would you
Yeah,
fucking
but to be
advertise
fair,
a game?
freaking Minecraft built his whole fan base on the alpha
Yeah.
and beta version.
But Minecraft is built around something completely else than scrolls. It was
Minecraft is
it
so
was
easy
still
to get
sandbox.
into.
It
I know,
was
but it's
still
still-
sandbox with so many opportunities. Scroll is way more limited in terms of that. And like if they would release the game as it is right now and go like, okay, here's the game, advertise the shit out of it and get as many players in it, it would maybe be kind of successful for a bit, but it would just fall down. It would
Oh,
just,
apparently Mojang advertises scrolls in the Minecraft launcher, so that's something.
okay, but still, I feel like if you do too big of an advertisement now, it's going to boom and then fall and then die. So I'd much rather build it slowly, like Dota
Yeah.
2 did. Like
Maybe.
Dota 2 did started really small and started going like this, and it's going crazy now. So
Yeah. I don't have enough like knowledge to know what's better, but I'll trust you on that. Yeah.
Shotgun, I'm reading the chat. What makes it beta, except that they say it's beta, the amount of bugs and not being enough content for it to call it a full game yet. So there's a lot of reasons why to call it beta. Just not having all the buttons like tournament buttons working and not having friends list and so much stuff. Like this is not a completed game, and we should not treat it as such. Silence. Nobody has to. I'm like
I
hoping
don't
that
know,
somebody will catch some.
Well, you asked a question to Shotgun, sorry. So
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
waiting for him to answer on the chat, I guess. But
Okay, it's.
yeah, but
it's
I
not
mean, he
really-
has a point that it's only beta in the sense that they're still changing a lot of stuff, adding features and stuff. But in reality, we're already playing the final game in the way that there will be no wipe. So what we're building now with our accounts, like scroll collection, ladder points, will just be permanent. So
You're building something that can be farmed in 2 to 3 days. So, yeah.
Try to farm rank 1 in 2 to 3 days.
Oh, that's possible, dude. That's possible.
Okay, sure, it is for the right players. Well, Ice Cream, are you top 100 again?
Um,
Manchy is firing shots because he's frustrated. He doesn't have a shot at the $1,000 prize.
yeah.
That is so sad. I want my K-Bucks.
And Critical is sitting on his throne silently, waiting for us mere mortals to get on his level.
I know, I'm just too high up here. Like,
He used my
Do you
deck
still
to
see
get
us
into
down
the
there?
game.
Are we more than just ants for you right now?
You guys are too low on this like leaderboard for me to just like take notice of you guys. Like I don't even see Scream here anymore.
You can see how he participates in the podcast, right? He just doesn't talk. He just ignores everyone. Just having fun here, being number one. Nah,
Like-
I'm joking.
And like my Smurf is like the gatekeeper from Scream's tournament.
Yeah,
I mean, he's playing with the biggest imbalance in the game. He's Asian, so that's about it.
yeah.
Asian and growth, dude.
Asian and growth.
Like-
Oh my god.
what
So
the hell?
He would still be like rank 1 if he would just play energy or order or like Shriek color, it doesn't matter. But growth,
was-
man. He
Yeah.
really wants it.
If he knew how to top deck Quakes as good as his opponents, everybody would quit the game. There would be no way to beat him. You
You're
need to work
so
on
good,
those
Quake.
top decks. You need to work on those top decks, Critical. It's a good skill to have.
yeah, man. What's your APM, Critical?
For this game, like 200 APM every turn.
It's really fucking.
Because you're
It's
trash
like-
talking your opponent, or it's chat APM.
Of course.
Make your opponent so distracted in chat. That's the secret ingredient I'm missing. Like, keep typing, keep typing, or Google's like, and keep typing. He will just read and miss
Just
his
answer
turns.
your opponent personal questions and stuff so he skips his turn.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I
lost
click
in the
fast
discussion.
enough.
I started
No,
a
some-
new thing now. I'm naming my walls when they come on the board, and when they kill it, I'm like, no, please, why did you kill Toter? And then they're all sad and shit, and it's like an edge. You know?
That's good. They will not
Yeah.
want to kill their wolves then.
And while they're discussing that, I sneak that vetter on the side of the board, hoping they won't see it.
Right,
Yeah.
the matter.
So yeah, it's pro strat, man. Top
Sneaky
one, here
vetter.
I come. Get ready, Critical.
Hide the veteran.
Critical,
he
you have
doesn't
to name
scout
your
it.
guys.
It's so bad when your opponent scouts the veteran. You just cannot keep him alive. Yeah, I wanted to say something. Other than Manchy, do you have a window in your room right now?
Yes, I have a window in my room. That's true.
Can you look at it right now?
Yes, it's getting starting to get like bright outside. The
Yeah.
sun is coming back up.
It's pretty sad, isn't it? Alright, do we
Where
have more
do
topics?
you live, Critical?
Germany.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
His picture is actually still.
Wait, what?
Nobody noticed this picture was actually still for like 10 seconds. That's
Wait.
how little he's moving right now.
My webcam's not working. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Asian superpowers.
Alright, so
where are you from, Critical? I see the light outside of your window.
I'm from Canada. I live in British Columbia, like
Alright.
West Coast.
Alright.
alright, do we have more topics before we get completely off topic and completely irrelevant to people?
Streaming.
Yeah, that's something you wanted to touch on, so start the topic yourself, please, Daniel.
Yeah, I was wondering what Manchy was thinking about this more than anyone else because he's like the top streamer right now in Thralls. But you think it could become big enough to start getting some revenue out of it?
Well, it depends. If
Are
it
you
starts
already
get-
like?
No, at the moment I'm not getting anything off the stream
That's
except
not
for
true.
donations.
But
Donation.
did you apply
Except
for?
for
did you apply-
donations.
Okay.
Did you apply for
Um,
membership?
No, I did not yet apply because I don't feel like the stream is big enough. Since like Twitch has like really high requirements for that. I
I
want
did
like
it.
500 followers at least and like 300 views at the same time, something like that.
I did apply.
2K concurrent viewers.
No,
That's-
they didn't
no.
need 2K. They need
2K is not true.
They
Like,
need 300 plus consistently, but they also say that they are always happy to support smaller games. So that's why I applied it first time. It was like a week ago. I had 200 followers back then, and they declined me. So I applied again this week with double the
Nice.
followers to show them how quickly I am growing. So I'm hoping they will actually approve it. And
But how fast are you guys rising right now? Like Manchy, how many new followers do you get every day? You know?
averagely like 10 a day. It
And
was it was completely insane the first day. Like my stream more or less blew up. It was like 12 viewers, then the next day 30 viewers, and then suddenly like 220 viewers, and I had like 60 follows a day, 60 more the next day, then 50, 40, 30, and now it's around like 10 to 15 a day.
I have like 5 a day. Sometimes it's really funny because I get follows even when I don't stream, and when I do giveaways, I suddenly get like 20. So that's really good.
Yeah.
If you say you need
I
to
know.
follow for the giveaway, suddenly people start to like you.
I don't know. I never gave away. I just like started my stream and I got 200 viewers like right after Manchy stream.
Yeah,
That was like my first day streaming. I just mentioned I'm rank 1.
like
You know, so I just joined in.
I'll tell you how to be more popular streamer than Manchy. Like it's easy. Start streaming before him. Have already some following, but start streaming before him and don't take breaks, and you'll be bigger. Once you take break, he'll take over.
Yeah,
Oh.
Manchy does never take breaks. He's like a machine.
Yeah, it's
I'm starting to think he doesn't have legs actually.
he's just a
it's
muppet.
just a torso put like that. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He's just a muppet.
We didn't see it on the stream. Your nameplate blocked it.
What? My nameplate blocked it. No,
Yeah.
no, I have to stand up and raise
Oh,
my
man.
leg. There we
Man.
go. That's a leg.
Leg days, man. You need to stop skipping leg days.
Right. Like I'm taking smoke breaks every half an hour, and he's just getting
Like-
all my viewers.
I'm just completely like playing the whole time. Like the only break I take is like 5 minutes to grab some food, and that's like once a day.
You're crazy, and I envy you for not being a smoker.
I hate smokers. My mother
Yes.
is a smoker. My father is a smoker. My sisters are smokers.
Same,
Damn it,
except I
I
don't
can't
have a
stand
sister.
it.
You're like worst guys ever.
Shotgun, I have this here. I have it, but I'm not using it. I'll have to start again.
Yeah.
Alright,
So basically, Manchy, you don't have like you don't know, and you have to wait to see how it works. That's about it.
Yes. Well, I am.
But you don't feel like
very-
it's growing right now.
It's consistent at around 150 to 200 viewers a day.
Yeah.
Like that's what my stats tell me. Like the game is just so big, and you can just get so many viewers.
yeah.
I mean, I think I can get some more, like doing more giveaway stuff, but I don't feel like that's like really what I want to do. Like in the beginning, I was not actually doing giveaways. I was just doing like trades that would go into the favor of the other person, because I didn't care so much. But at the moment, like people are like requiring giveaways all the time. Like they trade me and say like, hey, can you give me like a speed, or can you give me like imperial resources? Do that, please. And I'm like, well, yeah, declining you now would be like kind of a dick move, so why not?
You're just
Yeah.
too nice. You're even nicer than me. It's
I cannot stand being like not nice to people, because I feel like that would like scare them away from the stream or so, or think I'm a bad person. I'm trying to be as good as a person possible.
Nice,
pe-
nice. But you never gave me anything for free, Manchy. Like every time I trade you, you're like,
Dude,
yo,
you
give me
just-
this amount of gold. Give me
Of
this amount
course.
of gold. And I'm like, damn it.
Because you are you. I gave you the deck you started playing with.
so
Now
Manchy,
please.
I have one more question before we get completely off topic again. How much did you get by donations, if you wanna share it altogether?
Altogether I got for now $40, and 30 of them were you. So yes, for like 3 weeks of work was like at least 6 hours stream a day. I got $40, but I don't really care because I'm doing it all for you guys.
Man, I'm not even watching you that much.
Conclusion: don't leave your job now. Scream.
No,
Yeah, I
do
really
not
shouldn't.
do not leave your job. Don't do it.
Probably shouldn't. Alright,
Sorry.
What is it?
Critical just said conclusion. I should play League again. Yeah, there's much.
You
more.
will get more more
Yeah.
money playing League. Like no, not even close.
I know, like in season 1, I actually had a partnership on 3D and made like some money playing League.
I didn't need a partnership to make money of League. I just played well. Like I was in a pro gaming team, dude. Like they paid me to play for them. They loved me, and then I got kicked out.
No, the pro gaming was like so bad in season 1. Like,
The pro gaming was actually very.
oh my
good.
god,
but
what you call? I remember I got like some sponsorship. They're like, yo, we'll give you like free keyboards and shit, but we expect like 2 videos a month and like all these other shit. I'm like, what the hell? That's not even worth it.
funnily enough, they didn't expect anything from us because we were winning everything in German scene.
Yeah.
Like they just were like, hey, please come to us. You will be like promotion for a thing, and they just ran out of money to give us and went bankrupt, and we disbanded.
Yeah, and I'm the only one here who plays Dota, so I feel really.
I actually play Dota. Like I think it's so much better than League, but I'm unable to play Dota because I suck so badly at it, and I'm quite good at League still. So that's why
Yeah.
if I play something like it, I play League.
It's because League is so easy.
That's actually
Whoa. Shots fired.
Shots fired
Like-
indeed.
like I've played League competitively, and I agree. It's just easy.
It's easier to get into, yeah.
All right,
So much easier to pick up, but like
that's
to be
kind of
competitive.
Anyway,
that's kind of not what I want to.
let's not
like,
go in there because like the chat and everyone will start
Oh, no.
fighting.
Yeah, and I tend to like not discuss this ever and outside of private. Like this is not a topic I really want to cover anywhere. Like Dota versus League, it's not worth it to get into.
Back to scrolls. Back to scrolls.
Back to scrolls. So, do we have any topics? Because I just checked my email and Twitter, and there are no discussion topics yet. So let's take some questions of chat if anybody has any before we wrap it up. Like, stop writing about fucking Dota and League and ask us some questions, or we are just going to wrap it up. And if anybody of you, of course, has something more to say or maybe bring up, please feel free to. And don't type with chat and fucking pay attention to me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Who are your favorite energy players? That's not.
Oh, my favorite energy player is Ice Charm. Like that guy, just energy god. My
See-
least favorite will probably be Ice Scream. Like every time a house spitter mortar hits, he just screams, and I get like scared the shit out of.
Yeah. Like this guy. I mean,
I actually don't
What did he ever do for the community? I mean,
I actually don't scream as much anymore. I'm just too fucking tilted and sad about the game that I just accept it. Like, yeah, I'm going to lose anyway because it doesn't matter. 'Cause-
Well, some players just don't have it. You're not Asian enough.
yeah, I'm starting to accept it. Actually, I thought I could make it to top 10 at some point, but I'm starting to accept that I probably didn't have it. What do you think about limited formats, tournament and just for fun?
Oh god, I love it so much. It's the best. Like, oh my god, it's so much fun. I always do it on the stream when I have time for it. But anytime I start doing a draft, like 30 viewers instantly leave because they
like
can't
the
stand.
process is so long.
Yeah, the process is really long, but the games afterwards are so fun.
Yep.
Wait, this for draft or limited tournament?
For
Draft,
draft.
Yeah, draft. That's.
Oh, yeah, one question: are we allowed a sideboard for the tournament?
Yeah,
that we're gonna play?
there will be.
Oh yeah,
It's not specified how much yet, but
15.
6.
What?
15
Uh,
seems
that's-
like really big for scrolls, doesn't it?
15
That's
is
fine,
not
I can
really
put,
big.
like-
in Yu-Gi-Oh you have 40 card decks with
But-
15 cards sideboards.
Wow. I'm still thinking that 6 is enough for scrolls because we don't have as much variety. So. I don't know yet. Like it's I'm not yet decided, and everything is up for discussion everywhere. So. Yeah, but I'm thinking 6 should be enough now. Like, because if you get 15, it's just, you can change your deck idea completely with 15 cards.
That's the
And-
point of it.
I actually don't,
Have you ever played transitional sideboard in Magic the Gathering? It's the best thing.
I didn't, and I like it my way.
Yeah. I mean, in scrolls, like 15 cards would be, that's 5 more sets. So we have, it's like you get almost half the entire color in your deck and sideboard. That seems big, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe not. I'm just.
Yeah, it's just to me, like, I want the players to actually put thought into the deck building and choosing the sideboards and not just spam 50 more cards and just have two possible decks in their game and just I want it to be like really thought out before actually going for the tournament to allow for mind games.
We should ask Critical's opinion because it's not like any one of us is going to play it except for him anyway. So
I hate you so much.
I like how
I
he
hate
took
you
it
all.
like really personally.
Yep, sideboard is definitely needed because I want to run like my 3 purification against an energy deck or something.
So would you give 15 or 6?
I don't know, like
10.
probably 15
well-
or even 10, like something in between. Doesn't really matter.
How about 125?
Oh,
Well,
that works
yeah,
too. Like,
that would be good. Yeah,
Like,
let's do
completely
100.
change your deck.
Let's make
That's
it
mind
100.
games, man. That's mind games. I just play Whiteling enchantments.
Oh well, that's some stuff that can be decided later, I guess.
Okay, there's one question I actually saw that I wanted to answer. I need to find it now. Oh yeah, Darkblade said that Kinfolk Veteran is the best card in the game. Do you guys agree? So, do you?
Well, kind of. The best card in the game is Great Wolf, Mangy Wolf.
That's
no,
not a
that's
card.
two
That's
cards.
two cards.
That's
He doesn't even know how to count. I mean,
that's why it's not top 15.
But you only play Mangy Wolf for the reason that you have Great Wolf in your deck, so he counts.
no, dude, it heals when it attacks. Like,
Yeah.
It's so bad.
That's
Like, it-
every time my fucking wolf attacks and I see the one, you know, over it, like when it gets healed, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, that's right, it heals. Yeah, it's like it's the Great Wolf acceleration device. It should be renamed to that.
Yes.
So yeah, best creature spell. I'll say Veteran's the best card in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like spells, it's like a balance between Fertile Soil and Quake, I think.
Yeah, Fertile Soul is really insane.
I think Railing is up there as well.
I think Hellspeeder Mortar is the best.
Your
It's
energy.
the most
but
fun. It's the most fun for sure.
If you hit, of course.
if you're Ice Charm,
No, but yeah. So
Now, actually, I think that like the best card, like if I had to choose one single card that I think like is really the best for everything, is Pother. It's not even funny how stupid it is. It's a free card. It has so much utility, and it's only one cost. So, Pother.
Yeah, Panther is really good right now. Like almost every like energy deck, water decks, even growth decks, they all use it.
Yeah.
Everyone just splashes Panther because it's so good.
it's probably the most used card in the whole game right now.
And it cycles itself, like you can just draw a card right after, so you're not actually wasting a card by playing it.
Yeah.
I should never.
It does
put
everything.
powder
Like
in my
it has
deck.
so much use in itself, and it thins your deck, so it's like perfect. But yeah, as a creature, Kinfolk Vet is the. I also agree with that. Is the best. It's so reactive. It's just to have haste. It has a lot of damage, and then it's still four toughness body on the field. So
Well, Veteran is one of those cards that is good just on its own. So that's something that makes up for it. Like, I think Eldar is better, but you have to have more of those out. So he's actually not, and he's just straight up really good, even if you don't have anything out. So
well, with Elder, you need to have something else,
Yeah.
or 2 turns to have value out of it. The veteran, once you play it, its value is already taken care of.
yep.
So.
In my opinion, like Elder itself is terrible. I
But
don't
if
know.
you get
I
triple
always,
Elder,
yeah. Well, obviously, if you get
You win.
triple Elder, that's insane. But
that's the point. Like,
playing Elder on itself feels so bad. Like Elder on itself is so weak. It's like a very bad Great Wolf or like Kinfolk Veteran without haste.
yeah, like this is the issue I have with Elders because you cannot not play them, because they are just the strongest combination energy has if you have 3 of them out. But if you just don't get a combination, that it's really bad. Like it's 5 HP wall that does same damage as a gun automaton almost. Yeah, it's a weird, like it's Elder is too much RNG, and until energy will, or maybe even growth to make up for multicolor decks, have a way to cycle through your Gravelock cards easier, you'll be in bad position. But other than that, I just triple Elder is win condition for me.
If this was like a week ago, I'd say Purification is the best card in the game. But it's not a week ago. Like the metagame changed. No one plays Pot of Resistance.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Weird, since everyone is still playing growth.
I think it was after I posted like my deck on Reddit, people stopped playing Pot of Resistance. So I'm like, damn, this card's useless now.
Yeah, and you know what's the most sad thing about it? I actually didn't mind Growth playing Potion of Resistance. And I kinda, like, when I meet Growth, I'm expecting, oh, I'm hoping he's splashing for Potion. I'm hoping he's splashing for Potion.
Oh,
Suddenly,
he
he puts out Pother, and I'm fucked. So,
Or he splashes in Purification and just kills a guy.
yeah, it's pretty good. Like, your new deck is even better against Energy, so that's sad.
Did you see
Well,
Ghost?
he
Sorry.
didn't even take that Infector. Like, it's randomly better against energy, but it doesn't matter since growth is still insane against energy.
Nah, it's actually, like, I can outplay most Growth players if they are worse than me. Actually,
Wait till turn 25, triple Quake, use a bajillion Fertile Salts, and overrun your opponent with God and GG.
yeah, there are some combinations, but I don't feel like Growth
Just-
is as hard as Order at the moment, at least. Or maybe I'm running too much of a anti-Growth deck, but I don't have as much problems with Growth, unless they have stupid good draws, like 2-drop Brave, 3-drop, no, 3-drop and 4-drop Brother, and 5-drop Great Wolf, and then I'm fucked.
Well, I didn't have that. I still beat you today. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I've played against Critical with energy, and then that was when I realized if you actually play your growth deck the way it's supposed to be played against energy, you almost cannot lose, since you just use Fertile Soul whenever you have it and sacrifice for growth all the time. And in the late
Oh, yeah,
game,
I remember
and
that.
you just keep your quakes in hand. That's so important. And then
Yep.
you double or triple quake, since like the structures are so weak against Quake, you just win. It's so insane. Like your opponent cannot come back from the card draw you have with Fertile Soil.
this
And you
actually,
have like resource advantage too.
Yes,
this is
it's
exactly
so
what I
insane.
thought like a week or 2 weeks ago, but suddenly people stopped doing quakes into soils into quakes, and I'm able to beat them now.
They
But
did.
yeah, I think there was a thing that a lot of people did. They just waited for quakes and soiled in the meantime, and then they just quaked and gained the board control. But they aren't doing it now too much. But about the critical, how you beat me, it's because I overextended on the board. Like, if I didn't overextend on the board and didn't put as much stuff on board, I would have been in much better shape.
That being
It's because I
said,
baited you, that Brother the Wolf. I was like, should I play this or not? I'm just gonna play it. So
And
I'll
I fucking
bait.
surged him.
I'm watching the chat right now, and there's a question that goes well with what we just discussed. It's like, why isn't Clock Library more played? We talked about draws for energy. Articodin says like, good draw, good forces focus on. Why isn't it more played? I tried it. Like last week, I played so many games with energy and tried to make it work. I think I drew once
Yeah.
over like I don't know how many games.
It's a
Clock Library is good if you're Ice Charm, because then he just uses it to bait people to, like,
Yeah.
let's say the very bottom or very top lane,
It's
and
more
then
of
he
a,
tries to reposition himself in the middle lane.
I feel it's more like that. It's like to force your opponent out of the middle control more than anything else.
my biggest issue with Clock Library is A, pushback is fucking stupid against it, and B, you just have better structures to play. Like Forge and Mortar are just better walls.
But then again, it doesn't solve the draw problem.
Yeah, but
No.
you're
Couldn't you,
not.
couldn't you just drop it like a
It-
coil instead of the library to draw attention?
Coil is too fragile, and you like the library. You can play it in back, but you can only play it in back if you're already ahead, and you usually need a wall in front. And if you are using libraries as walls, it's just they do nothing. It's useless contraption for cost and 1 more HP.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, charge call dies to one quake,
Yes.
and people feel the need to kill off the clock library because they don't want the card draw to happen. Like, it's just a natural reflex on the play of the clock library. Like, you obviously don't want your opponent to get free cards. But if you, like, just ignore it and keep, like, your advantage on the board, which will happen eventually, if you just, like, play around it, and if you start, like, pumping down creatures on the line where the clock library is, you have the board advantage in the middle of the map, or, like, on the different side, and you can just race through the the clock library and just beat your opponent by that, since it takes so long to trigger.
Mm.
Like, it takes way too long to get the card advantage in effect, where just fertile soil on the Sister of Fox is the most insane thing.
Burkis is saying that library usually forces your opponent to play 2 to 3 cards to kill it, but I don't see why anyone should force so much cards on it when he has 4 turns to deal with it. It's so long time. Like in 4 turns, you can do so much. You can turn the game around in 4 turns. So, like, why would I spend? It's good if the opponent overreacts and just wants to get it out and pays a lot for it, but if he's just keeping calm and he knows he has a plan how to deal with it, like, you can build up a plan around next 4 turns and find a plan that you want to do and deal with the library. It's pretty, like, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if you drop use your entire turn to drop a clock library, and I use my turn to drop a great wolf, you just lose. Like, you don't develop your board while I do, and that wins games and scrolls.
That's also true. Like, if it drew the one card as in the beginning, like if it drew one, and like if it didn't cost you a card to cast it, it would be, I feel, really viable. And drew one
Well,
less.
then it would be a very good wall. Like, a wall that would cycle for 4 is, I think, a good wall. And having it cycle for even more cards after 4 turns would be very good.
Yeah, I feel like it would make the library really good. Possibly maybe OP, but it would solve like a lot of issues. But obviously Energy is going a different direction than Heavy Draw. We are more going into direction of Metal Wonders and punishing your opponent for playing. And maybe more racing. Like, it seems like mid game is where Energy will always stay, and late game is just not for us.
Aw.
Okay,
It felt sad the way you said it. Like,
yeah,
we're
because it's
forever alone in the mid game while we're moving to the end game with growth and order. And
yeah, it's
I don't know.
it was supposed to be said. Alright, do we have more questions? Because I don't want to talk about Clock Library. It makes me sad.
There's a question for Critical.
Oh,
You should wake up to read it.
What? I was just like on my phone. Wait, what's up?
See?
Dude, he's Asian. You cannot see if he's asleep.
stop being fucking racist.
Oh man, Manchy. I think you're a little salty not being like top 15.
Yeah. Should I get
Poor
the
Manchy,
triple
he's
quake guy? I'm just gonna go ahead and get the triple quake guy on stream.
Manchy's gonna end that broadcast. He will be like, "Fuck, I'm so bad at this game." Everyone is like giving me a bad rap.
Yes, I would update my deck on Reddit maybe. But maybe after the invitational tournament, so no one knows what I'm gonna run.
Okay, Ice Cream, can you guys talk about Vanguard? What is there to talk about Vanguard? He's really good.
Obviously.
He's must play in every order deck, but it's about everything.
Well, he's a fat 6 HP.
5.
No, that's
Oh no, sorry,
that's
Vanguard.
another
Sorry,
one.
sorry. Yeah.
I actually have more problems with Scholar.
Scholar? Yeah, me too. I think
Yeah, I
he's like
Scholar's too big of a wall. It's too
Yeah.
fat.
And it draws if you don't kill it, but stupid.
or attacks if you need it. So it is just so versatile.
it's like a so
crazy.
much better version of Clock Library.
Yeah, it actually is.
Exactly. No, that's so true.
It actually is straight up better than Click Library in so many ways.
Like while Clock Library costs 1 less and draws 3 cards, Clock Library dies and Vanguard draws 2 cards, and the time Clock Library draws 3.
Or he can attack and he can move and he
And
has
he
1
can
more
attack.
HP.
He's so much better.
And he has 3 attack. It's not even weak. It's like
No, it's
huge.
it's
And
good.
with the fucking Vanguard, it's 5 attack. So, and with double Vanguard, okay, I'm going too deep.
There was triple Vanguard,
With triple Vanguard and
then
focuses.
Yeah.
triple focus, triple Vanguard,
And then for like 2 cost, they just kill 3
and then
items.
you just triple Magma Quake, Magma Pack him, and
the triple Magma Quake.
Magma Quake. The Magma Quake.
New meta.
New board wipe Magma Quake.
Magma Quake.
Does damage to idols as well.
Yeah, it does 5 damage to all idols.
Order is overpowered right now. I think Order is gonna be a next metagame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with
Everyone's
that.
gonna switch to Order right now.
100%. I agree with that 100%.
I actually agree too.
Order is getting figured out so hard right now.
And it's the like Order has the big problem of not having enough RNG. It's unreliable. You have 6 of every creature, and you have so much cantrips then that you can just almost always have the card you really want to play at the moment. So
Their units are just more beefier, and you have like they figured out you can run mangonels and like board wipe with it now.
yeah,
And the moment you're on 7 resources and you have like the slightest bit of board control and can spare around Imperial
And you run it-
resources, and you're so ahead of everything.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Once you
pretty
get
much.
ahead, you cannot get. You cannot.
do not, guys, do not play Order. It's not. Do not try this at home, please. I don't want rank to be spammed with Order again. Like it's so annoying. I
Well,
hate
you
playing
can
against Order.
You can just start
Dude,
playing.
that's where you run the critical secret text and go like 3 ancestral totems.
So that's about it. I'm
Two.
like critical
I-
right now is actually like posting growth decks online and saying, "Oh, that's how I got to number 1." But actually, he's playing Order and he's playing exactly to beat those decks. You know, he like built an Order deck that beats exactly the growth decks he's
Yes,
posting.
he
Dude,
made
like reverse
growth
mind
decks-
games, man.
He made growth decks
I-
stop by Potion of Resistance because he's better
I'm in
than
his
Order.
mind. I'm in his mind. I'm a genius right now. I'm in his mind. I understand.
Yeah.
But in actuality, I'm actually playing energy because like people are playing Order now.
Wait,
They're
how
like-
does? No, okay, let's not go into it. I would scream and shout and cry if we were to talk about energy versus order because it's stupid. And if you want to read my thoughts on it, it's on Scrolls Guide forums in balanced discussion.
Conclusion.
And shout and let it all out.
Conclusion. Critical is the puppet master running he's running the whole Scrolls meta right now.
Of course.
Every time he posts on Reddit or on a forum, the whole meta shifts, and it always shifts in a way that will benefit him.
And that is why he
Of course,
doesn't
of
even have to
course.
play. Like
He doesn't even have to play. He just
he makes it so that the players that start climbing up the ladder, getting near to him, lose because he shifts the meta in a way that their decks are weak.
That's
fuck.
he's
We have
already
a
there, man. He gets
fucking-
it. He gets it.
Who to
Like-
compare him to?
Dude,
He's-
you're way too Asian.
Number one, number 1 Scrolls Bonchwa, man. It's done.
All
It's
right.
like, you will be remembered in history as the first master of scrolls.
I think like
Yes.
we are running for way too long now, and while we are still touching a bit of interesting topics, we are touching a lot more of topics. So it's about time to wrap it up, isn't it? No.
But it's
Yes.
only 5 a.m.
It's only 5:30 a.m.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I want to keep going.
Yeah, let's
I mean,
keep going.
Let's just play another tournament for 5 hours.
Okay, let's
there
do
we go.
it. Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
With real money, we just donate like $100 for real money, and we screw Ice Cream over because his tournament will only be second prize money tournament ever,
Yeah,
Okay.
we will make 1K and $1.
Okay, let's
and
do.
it's only for places 2 to 200.
No.
The ladder. Number one cannot
16,
participate.
16 to
16 to 200. Yeah.
And let's
except
actually
for ice cream.
except for ice cream. Okay. I would much rather do $100 draft at some point. Okay, let's do shoutouts and shots fired and fucking self promotions and everything you guys want to do, and wrap it up because it's getting way too late and it's way too off topic. So let's go one by one again. Critical, you start.
Alright, just you should watch my stream, twitch.tv/Binopita, because I'm number one ranked Scrolls player, and I'm better than Manchy, of course. Like my stream will be way more educational, coming because I'm Asian, and yeah, that's it.
Manchy, your turn.
Well, forget everything you just heard. Watch my stream, which is twitch.tv/apex_Manchy. Obviously, I'm streaming every day because I have no life, same as last week. I'm hosting tournaments all day, and that's all I do in my free time. Do stuff for the community. So if you want to take a look at my stuff, think that I'm funny and not racist, but
And he has the best hat ever.
and I have the best hat ever. It has a face. It's so
doesn't-
awesome.
Doesn't ever watch it.
I
Watch
think
it.
I should like record your shoutouts and just repeat them every fucking podcast because it's always the same.
Yeah.
I have no life. I stream every day. I'm number one. Okay, Daniel, make it more
Crit-
interesting, please.
Actually, Critical said he's number one. So
I'm
Yeah.
supposed to make it worth it. Wow.
Yeah, make it worth it.
You're like, we're fucked then. No, I mean, there you go. Silfurstar, Twitch TV/Silfurstar. I'm gonna start streaming a lot starting tomorrow because now I'm in holidays. Finally, I've streamed a bit earlier when it came out, but yeah. So I'm gonna probably stream hours every day and probably get up the ranks quite well. I'm still at a very high win rate at 1800 right now, but yeah, I'm gonna get up there pretty soon.
Sure.
And that's about it. I want to thank Ice Cream. We should thank Ice Cream for his everything he's doing. I think. I mean, only the podcast is really awesome, and that tournament ID, man, it's gonna be. It might be the beginning of something great. So shout out to you, first of all, dude.
Yep.
That's
shout
about
out to Ice Cream and shout out to Manchy's Twitch chat because it has helped me made my trading experience a lot better.
Okay,
And the co-
best Twitch chat.
I'll make
And
it.
the community in general. I mean, like everyone is so awesome right now. So let's stick together and try to
Yeah.
make this like a great experience. 24/7 streams and stuff like that. Overall, will be awesome.
Yeah, internet high five.
Hey. Okay, I'll wrap it up as the last one. So I want to do shots fired because Manchy cannot spell ice cream anyway.
Thanks. I'm German. I have an excuse.
No, that's not an excuse. Like, it's not either my nick, it's not either ice cream, like the fucking thingy, like. So, it's shots fired, and. Okay, it's much better. And shoutouts, like, I would love to thank everybody for donating so far. We are over $500. We reached $500 under 12 hours with the tournament, and I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that. Follow the Reddit thread with it. Follow it on Scrolls Guide forums. Follow it on my Twitch channel. I update it everywhere every time something changes. Follow my Twitch channel because everything is going to be shoutcasted here to have it all at one place. And stop typing while I'm speaking, it's distracting me. Yeah, and follow me here and I'll stream too sometimes because I unfortunately have a life, I have to work, so I cannot gonna stream like Manchy does. And last thing, I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I'm probably talking the most today, but follow me at Twitter. It's at djtelena. It's under my stream, so you can find it there. And that's about it. Good
People
night.
are asking if anyone's gonna stream right now. I'm guessing Manchy will go to bed probably.
Nah. It's like 5 a.m. It's not worth it going to bed. I just should keep streaming.
Are you gonna stream?
Wait, are you actually going to stream, Manchy?
Dude, it's 5 a.m. Sure.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
It's not like you have anything better to do. You have a fucking ranking to get back.
Obviously, like sleeping does not give me rating.
No, and money and nothing.
Good night. Good night.